no. Wait a second.
Stop flying away. You're flying. Don't do that.
You guys are gonna talk, and I'm gonna just, be pretty.
Cats were not liked at all. They were kind of like a witch familiar.
It looks very, very sexual.
Okay, whatever. I can do overhead, like I can record overhead, like when I'm like cooking or something. I can
Yeah.
record it on my phone. But I personally think vampires are super bad because they are wasteful.
There was some kind of a number of cats that were, thrown from, the roofs.
Natasha, please.
Yeah.
Please stop playing with your wig because it kind of looks like you're handling a human head.
Oh. Раз, два, три.
Look at that! Who are you? Are you a
Hello,
bat or you're a
everyone.
cat? And a medieval ghost, or no?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think somewhat of a witch, a little bit.
a little
A
bit.
little bit of which?
Yeah.
Aren't we? Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yes.
Well,
yes,
that's
indeed.
our and exes. They will tell you. Oh, девочки, girls. Wait a second. That's not it, right? So I don't know what
Yeah.
I am. Probably a bat or maybe a cat. But no, the most important is, first of all, the skirt.
Oh,
The
this
tutu.
tutu is great.
But okay, no. Wait a second. I don't know if you can appreciate it.
What is that? What are you? What are you showing?
Okay, I don't know if you saw my body in real life. This
What,
is
push-up?
something
You found a push-up?
we're not talking about it.
How are we not talking about it if you're showing it? We
We're
can't
not
not
talking
talk
about
about
what's inside. We're talking
Oh.
about what's outside.
Oh, okay. Outside looks great.
Okay.
You're-
Remember
you're a
how I
cat
told
bat.
you? Remember how I told you that I don't if about plastic surgeries, and I
Yes.
told you that I don't want to get a fake one. So that's a good day for that.
Okay, all right. So you this is as far as you go, right? Halloween.
Yes, and I'm gonna like keep doing this, but they're not like bouncing, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you're funny.
And you're what, Wednesday?
No, Wednesday doesn't wear colors, remember, because she's
Oh
allergic
yeah,
to
that's
color.
right.
So I'm just like a regular Nevermore student.
All right, okay. That's a very suitable outfit. I don't know how I look with the cat ears or bat ears, and
No, looks
also I
fine.
need to put glasses, so to that end also. Oh my God, I have a lot on my head. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it.
No, looks fine. Looks great.
It's
It
it's a lot of
looks
hair.
great.
And see, I got in a cat fight too.
You're a cat bat.
A cat fight. And so today we have somebody else who is going to start the podcast. Let's go.
Hello to this very, very spooky podcast. And today we have 3 co-hosts, Natasha
Yes, me. Maybe.
and
Natasha.
Nadia,
Hello.
and of course me, the your very own witch. Natasha, who are you?
Well, as I said, I don't know. I might be bat, I might be a cat, maybe not Natasha, maybe puppy boo 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 boo, whatever it is.
Betty Boop.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I'm going to have a lot of fun today. So
No,
you're gonna guys
stop
talk.
flying away. Stop flying away. You're flying. Don't do that.
You guys are gonna talk, and I'm gonna just be pretty.
Be pretty. So, did you guys? When was the first time you actually celebrated Halloween and actually dressed up?
We never celebrated Halloween where we lived, right? We didn't grow up with that holiday. It's not like we automatically came to America and we knew what to do. Like, oh, get that bucket and go collect the candy and put your costume. I actually have like a lot of problems always. I call suits sometimes a costume, but costume in America, it's like just, when you dress up. And yeah, but I don't remember what I dressed the first time. I think it was something with ears, something like simple. But
Oh,
I've been
I clearly remember the first time I ever dressed up for Halloween was during my exchange year when I came here as an exchange student, and I was what, like 15, and I didn't have a costume, and obviously I wasn't even like thinking about like participating a lot, but the host family where I used to live, the girls, the younger sister, she said, "You know what? No, we have to take you trick or treating because you've never been." So they put on whatever they could like fathom at like at the moment, and they made me a Highlander, which that was the mascot of their school. So and they took
Okay, I'm
me.
like, what is that?
Yeah, Highlander was the mascot of their school. So they took me from door to door, right? But I think like they wanted to do that for their own sake because they wanted to go trick or treating, but they were too old to go trick or treating. They were like 18, 19 at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I was still 15. And so they kind of had an excuse because, oh, she's never been. So we're going to take her and we'll show her like the ropes. We'll show her how it's done. But I had fun and I had a whole huge bucket of sweets that I was eating for months after.
Oh yeah, that's what you do. And Yulia, how do you celebrate Halloween now in Russia, or how is it? What's happening?
Well, I can tell you that I've never been trick-or-treating, of course, because when we were growing up, there was no such thing as Halloween here. As far as, some Halloween parties with dress ups and everything, yes, we have it. And I think that we started to have it like from early 2000s or something, but I cannot say that I've ever been on one. I see occasionally some of the people who have those, freaky makeups and some costumes and, everything of this sort.
Isn't it
That's
more of an adult thing? Like it's a, like adult parties,
It
more of
is. It
like
is not more. It is adult thing. It is very, very, very adult thing. I might say because it
Oh.
is. Yes. Usually it is. Like some night outs, and it's a clubs and everything. I think that's perhaps some of the families they do have the celebrations at home, or maybe in some little country houses where everyone knows everyone, and kids are just safe to go out. But the problem here, not just in Russia, but the problem here in St. Petersburg, that Halloween time is very, very cold, windy, dark, and rainy. So it's not that fun for kids to go
well,
out
okay. I
in the
opposed to that.
evening.
Where I was, that my first Halloween was in Spokane, Washington, and that what you're
Oh,
describing is exactly that. It's
from what I
dark, it's
hear.
cold, it's windy, and we still went. I put on two
Yeah,
pairs of pants.
because you have people there have this tradition to go out in this time and in this weather. We don't.
That's right.
So I can't even say that we have that much of a Halloween aesthetics in the shops. So we have some occasionally, but it's not like you enter the shop or the grocery store or whatever store you can imagine, and there's tons of pumpkins and everything is
That's right.
spooky.
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Target
is. It's happening, but not that much.
and Target started when? Yeah, Natasha, when did Target start selling Halloween stuff? Like in
Oh,
July?
listen, I think it was like, yeah, maybe
After
June
July
even,
4th.
because right now, a week ago, they put out Christmas stuff. So we're done
Oh
with
my gosh.
Halloween, we're done with Thanksgiving, we're done with all of that. We're right into Christmas because I'm like, what? Well, wait a second, it's like September, middle of
But
September.
every year, don't you feel like every year they start
Yeah,
earlier, earlier and
yeah,
earlier?
yeah. I'm glad that they didn't start Christmas music playing yet because then,
No, for
it,
It's
sure.
about it's consumerism thing. The
yeah,
It
earlier
yeah,
you
is.
start, the more everyone buys. Yeah.
yeah. But
So so
it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. So yeah, I can tell you that I've had some private parties, me and the girl night out and everything, but not that much because every year I am telling myself I'm going to celebrate Halloween. I'm going to, decorate my apartment. I'm going to buy some costume or make something. We will have this particular night on a 31st of October. We will watch some horror movies and everything, and boom, I'm working, as in I'm in the film industry, so I'm having a shoot all day. So there's no way to celebrate for me
But you
every
decorated.
freaking time.
That's us talking
this year you
about
Yeah,
here.
decorated.
yes, I decorated it today.
But this year it comes on Friday. It falls on Friday, so it's like everybody is getting ready because it's difficult during the week, but people still do it. People still do it and go like at work half asleep with their makeup smeared all over the face, and they still celebrate. But I don't remember what I was wearing, but I remember in Florida it's obviously different because it's warm the whole year around, so you can wear whatever, right? In other states it's cold even, but it's not like a city. It's houses, it's suburbs, and people decorate the houses and all pretty and everything. But we went to South Beach. We didn't even have kids at that time with my ex, and I don't know. Nadia, have you been to South Beach to
Yeah,
when
every year my husband makes me go there, and
oh, I
honestly,
know why he goes there.
it's not an
It's
affair for me anymore.
Oh
I'm too
my
old. I
God.
can't
I
do it.
was I was like, what is going on here? Because literally the girls were wearing a bra and thongs. And I'm like, this is not a costume. This I don't know what's
But
going on.
people go all out. Last year we saw amazing costumes of like Alien versus Predator. And there was
Some
literally
people go
the
out
guy who was
like
like
all the
Alien
way.
and the guy who was a Predator, and they amazing costumes. Like they probably go to cons, they probably go to those,
Yeah.
and then that's how they have the costumes. But everybody goes all out. We saw some really pretty costumes of like Greek gods and goddesses.
Yeah, that's one of the favorites. Yeah, but I remember one of my favorite costumes. I remember it was, even though I didn't see it in real life, I saw it in video. It was a guy dressed as Jesus Christ, and he was on a skating board, and he put like like a cotton on top of it, like a cloud.
So
So
he
he
was
was like,
floating.
yeah,
There was another similar one. It was Aladdin. Have you seen that
Aladdin.
one? Yes, Aladdin
No,
on his carpet. So he was on the
yeah.
skateboard also, but he made his skateboard a carpet,
Oh, that's
and
cute
he
too.
was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
floating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's adorable. No, yeah, Yulia, definitely have to come to a country where they celebrated Halloween forever, like America, and
Yeah.
a good state
I
where it's warm
remember,
and
I
you can.
remember, yeah, I remember Heidi Klum was very famous for her costumes for I don't know how many years, but I haven't seen any of her costumes for, like about 5 years or something like this. So I don't know if she's
Maybe she
doing
got
this.
divorced. That's why she's like not having it,
Oh,
not
she
anymore.
got divorced so many times that it didn't stop her from doing Halloween stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Things change, but yeah, some people go all the way and
No, but what
dress
even
very
even
pretty.
without costumes, have you seen like sometimes you drive by and there's whole neighborhoods who are like competing, who has the best
Oh
Halloween
yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah,
who has
yeah.
the best Halloween decorations.
Yeah, we have an area here in Fort Lauderdale. We have an area called Rio Vista with like mansions all over. That's the neighborhood, and they really try hard to decorate, and they
I'll
buy
do.
candies, and like the whole city goes there. There's like hundreds of people. There's like a kind of demonstration every year, and yeah, we went there a few times with the kids. It was fun. Yeah,
But that's all. Everything that we've just talked about was about like the celebration, the tradition, and
yeah.
all of that. But what do you guys think about the characters that we're dressing up as? Do you think there might be some truth behind it, or is it again a figment of people's imagination?
Or
Well, I can tell you,
it's like personality. I mean,
No, like character wise, vampires, werewolves. It all came from somewhere.
okay.
Folklore.
Hmm.
do you remember that tradition of having costume is not just from Halloween, and we have this in our countries too, but it's mostly Sviatki before Christmas. This and after Christmas, this whole week of doing so, to wear some masks, very very ugly, to become the demons and to have some fun, so no one would notice you. I think that perhaps people started to do that not out of just whim. I want to wear a mask and go and scare people out. So I think
Hmm.
that there might be something in it. Might be.
But wasn't it
Yeah.
wasn't it the thing the thought behind it was not to like do something mischievous, but it was to scare off, to ward off like the bad
Oh,
It was
spirits,
both.
the
It was both. Because people who were, if you remember, very, very good by Gogol.
V.
No, no,
No,
no, no.
no,
It's not a Christmas thing. V.
no, but it's like Google V.
No.
Можна
Um,
бути близнюки?
yeah. There was this scene when all of the young people were wearing those kind of scary masks and scary costumes, just to scare people off, just to have some fun, and just to get away with this. So I think it's kind of traditions to scare people off and to scare something away from you. They go like like a parallel ways.
Who do you think they were scaring? Were there real monsters, real spirits, aliens, maybe?
I don't know about aliens, but in Russian tradition and Slavic tradition, there was demons, and how we used to call them черти,
Yeah,
бесы.
sure. So do you think they were real?
I don't
At that
know.
time, something existed that looked like that demon short thingy.
Do you
Oh, but
remember?
you see how like it's a certain period of time, right? That they say like
Yeah.
why it's happening in a certain period of time is because something opens or something, like a portal opens or whatever, and that's why they're all coming out. Because otherwise, if they were just living amongst us, right, why don't we do it every day?
Yeah.
It is like the veil is thinning, and that's why everything from the outside of this world can enter, and you can accidentally enter to the to beyond this veil, as we can say it, or it's a portal, whatever you call it. I think it's just a matter of how you like to call it.
Yeah.
Well,
But is
I
it
don't
real?
know. I don't
Or
know
was it real?
if oh, but what about goats? You know goats, how goat it's a symbol for the devil, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in some cultures, goats are actually considered something really good. It's like a god thing. So I don't get that. Why goats? What did poor goats ever do to people that to get that reputation?
Maybe just
I don't think
some creature with horns that reminded a
No,
goat.
I don't think that it was just the creature with horns. It is based this goat thing. It is only in Christian tradition. Whatever Christianity you will try to find, it's in like Catholic or our culture, but it is coming from the pagan worlds when they have this Pan, this kind of
Uh-huh.
satire,
Uh-huh.
this kind of a god with horns and the goat-like appearance, and it you can call it with a modern world appropriation of something to another culture to scare people off. If you try to find different pictures of kind of these demons or whatever, demons like chort или бесы, mostly in Slavic traditions. They're mostly in Slavic traditions. So, this little funny nose. I think it is like a real mix of everything when someone saw something and they try to mix it together to make new character. But we here in our time, we just don't know when it started. And that's why we think that poor goat was scaring people so much that they decided that he's a goat, he's a devil or something.
There are
Maybe.
far worse animals than goats, right?
That's
Because
true.
I mean, like there's lions, there's bears, there's even deers. Deers are much bigger and they have bigger horns,
Yes,
right?
yes, but in Slavic tradition, I can say about our tradition because I'm living in it. A bear was always a protector. It was a very good animal. I think it's just like with cows. Yeah, we eat them and we don't see anything wrong with this. But in India, it's a sacred animal, so you
Yeah.
can't even think about it.
Like,
So
okay,
I think
well,
it's just a different perspective.
in Pakistan, there's this tribe of people who live way high in the mountains, right? And they consider goat their god. And I can see how because goat is an animal who can easily live in high altitudes. The goats, they climb those really weird, shapely.
Oh, yeah. On the
They can
up the
literally
mountains.
climb. Yeah, the mountains that
Vertical.
are
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
literally right. That vertical. So they're in their eyes, right? It's their and goats feed them too. Goats feed them. They shear the goats. They get the fur from the goats, and they're basically providing for their livelihood. So that kind of makes sense, right? Because the goat is actually helping them survive. So they're like, oh, the goat is God because we're taking
Yeah.
everything from the goat, right? Have you ever seen that show Evil?
Which one?
No,
No.
what is it?
No. Okay, so the show Evil is if you haven't watched it, you have to watch it because the whole premise of it is that there's a
Where
there's a
is it?
guy.
Where is it?
Oh, I watched it on Netflix, but it's on
Netflix, okay.
it's on a different channel. I can't remember. But the guy is almost a priest. So he's going through his, he's teaching and he's everything to become a priest. And he's assigned to build a team of people to explore certain things to see if it's supernatural or if it's not supernatural, if it can be explained by
Uh-huh.
science. So
Uh-huh.
what he does, he's from the religion side, and then he hires this girl who is a psychologist, and he hires another guy who's a tech guy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they're on the science side of the thing, and they get reports of like weird things like ghosts or whatever, and they go there, or possessions, right? So they go to those families or to those places where the report is, and they try to figure out whether it can be explained from the scientific side, if it's science, or if it's literally something that's
Mm-hmm.
supernatural. But the whole
They
point
make you
is that,
doubt things.
right. The main bad guy in the whole evil show is a goat. He appears to be as a goat. So
Ah,
nobody can see him that way, but he is, right? Well, certain people can see him in the end. But anyway, so he's like this huge, stinky, hairy, horny, like your huge, nasty
horny goat.
creature. Nasty creature, right? But he's human like because he walks on two legs, right?
Uh-huh.
But he's made to be like the devil, the Satan, and he's like the bad guy. But I still don't understand why goat specifically. I don't get
So
it.
do you think it was like real at this time? Well, like, I tend to think that that was real because people weren't really creative. Most of them weren't exactly educated. They couldn't read, they couldn't write, didn't create stories. So whatever legends that we got from those times, I think there's some truth in it. There was something at that time that was showing up to people that doesn't show, to us, to more technological centuries.
And
And
or think about it. Schizophrenia is a diagnosis, right?
Mhm.
But back in the time, who could have diagnosed schizophrenia, right?
Oh, maybe it was a schizophrenic who saw the goat and decided
So
it
can you
was.
imagine like people started like seeing things and they think it's real and they're trying to explain to other people what they're seeing, right? And I don't
Well,
know.
yeah. Listen, the Haskell. I don't want to go to religious stuff, but I just think of it because I read about it and watched a documentary about Kabbalah, how Kabbalah was created. It's some dude basically went to the river and he saw another dude floating over the lake in a throne. And that's how the whole huge multi-million people religion started from a dude maybe hallucinating,
Right?
maybe he ate mushrooms, maybe he
Right.
was some mental disease, but he saw, maybe it was an alien that he saw, who knows who was that on that throne floating over the lake. But that's maybe it's some a lot of religions started like this. Not Mason, but what is that in Utah, Mormons.
Mormon. Mm-hmm.
That's also started from the dude who saw something in the forest, some, you know, sphere.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's the same with goats and evil
No, that's
devils and.
true. That's true. If you think about it, think about vampires, right? Vampires, you can find somewhat of a vampire in many different cultures, right? They might not call them vampires, but essentially that's what they are. But how is it
if
that,
you if
I don't
you would
know.
read no if you would read mythology of a lot of countries that were uh, basically they were created quite in the same time, well apart, some years apart or some tens of years apart, they're very
Uh-huh.
very similar. And everything that you can find in Bible, but not everything, but a lot of things that you can find in the Bible you can find in epos like Gilgamesh or something like this.
Like
So it is very.
floating dudes, for example.
Yes, yes. So it is very interesting how the word of such things, spread throughout history, throughout people who couldn't write. They didn't have internet, so they couldn't just Google it or whatever.
They couldn't even
So,
travel. They couldn't. Yeah.
well, they could travel. They could
No,
travel. They could
it
write. They
took
could
years.
travel. They could. Yes, that it took months. All right, just don't. It didn't take years. But the problem here is that yes, people. It feels like people saw something very very similar to write about it, and even though uh, you can call it schizophrenia or whatever other disease like psychosis, whatever. But it is very interesting. How did it happen? Like how people could see very, very similar things that they couldn't read from anywhere, because not a lot of people were, able to read. So
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
same. Yeah.
I do believe that people saw something. I do believe that people could, sense something, and right in those times that we're talking about, like when veil was thinning, it is Samhain or Halloween, it is Yule, our Christmas time, and this wheel of the year. We have 8 celebrations. It's Beltane, it's Ostara, it's Lammas, Litha, Mabon, it's Imbolc, and
I have no idea
throughout.
what you're talking about right now.
So
I was silent because I was trying to sound smart. Okay.
I don't want to sound sorry. I don't know what she's talking about.
so
she
it is
has more
mostly.
knowledge than all of both of us, Nadia, because she's into those stuff. So she's like gonna teach us some stuff today.
Okay.
Well, it's not like I'm in this stuff deeply,
You
but it's
are.
very.
You like that
Oh
stuff.
yes, I am. I love this stuff. So I think that this celebrations, they kind of correlates in every mythology, in almost every folklore. I mean, like in Slavic traditions, we have some sort of Samhain too. It is very funny when, a couple of years ago, there were some really crazy people here in Russia that didn't like Halloween decorations in the grocery stores and shops, and they decided to file a complaint about it, that it is not our tradition. We can't have
Offends their
it.
feelings.
Yeah, I mean, when they were writing those complaints, they didn't take in consideration that we also have some sort of Samhain too, because our traditions, Slavic traditions, Irish, Celtic traditions, they're not that far apart. No, of course, we don't have phase or something, but we do have some things that very, very similar to each other. So 8 celebrations during the year. Most of the time, they have something in common with agriculture, actually.
What
Because
does they? What are those celebrations? What do they celebrate? Like, tell us, like, what are they? And then
okay, so
those names that you said.
Samhain or
Uh-huh.
Samhain or Halloween, that we have, the common knowledge of it.
Oh, okay.
Samhain,
What language is that?
it
I
is
don't know.
Celtic.
Oh,
Celtic.
okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Nice to know.
The darkest time of the year starts at Samhain, and it kind of ends, or it's a peak of it, in Yule. It is from winter
Is there a
celebration.
translation for Yule?
I don't know. I don't know about the translation of it. Let's call it Christmas, whatever. So let's call it
Okay. So
Christmas.
okay, let's go
Yes.
Christmas. Okay. That's
I mean,
it's at least we can place it
we
in
can.
a year.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And it ends with I think it's Imbolc. Imbolc is
One.
like
I like the name.
beginning of new life. It is in February, and we have lighter days. We have more light. We have everything that just starts to wake up. Then it's Ostara. It's a first spring celebration. It is when day and night are equal. It's a spring equinox. After Imbolc, after Ostara, we have Beltane. Beltane, it is a fire festival. It is in the beginning of May.
So where you
So
jump over fire and those
yes,
that's the
something
one.
like this.
Okay.
Then we have Litha. Litha, you make this flower crowns and you make it float. So
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Okay.
so yeah, so you can find a husband, whatever. So then we have.
I'm doing that. When we're just supposed to do it, because I'm going to that river.
You missed it. It was summer. They told you it was summer. You
Yes,
missed it.
it's a summer celebration.
Okay. Well,
Next year, Natasha. Next year.
Damn.
Yes. Then we have Lammas, and it signifies the end of summer. It signifies the hottest days. It's in August. And we have Mabon. It's the harvest. Come back to our celebration that we're talking about today. It's again Samhain.
Halloween.
Yes.
Very interesting. They had more fun than we do now.
I
Oh,
don't think so.
definitely.
Well, they were real, they were really celebrating. They meant it. Well, like if it's Halloween was to, scare those bad spirits. Now it's all about who can dress up, who can be more naked and feel comfortable about it. So it's all about sex, looking sexy and all of that stuff. So if you
Yes,
don't
and
know what
drink
I'm
as
talking
much.
about.
Yes, and drink as much pumpkin latte, spiced pumpkin latte as you can.
Oh,
Yeah.
As
that's
you
true.
can, I know. But you
I
see,
hate pumpkin. Ugh.
here's another interesting thing. You know how in Egypt, cats were sacred, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And again, in a lot of places, like cats were liked. Most of the cats, except for black cats. I don't know what happened with the black cats, poor cats. But essentially, in most agricultural societies, cats were liked for hunting the mice,
Mm-hmm.
because that kind of makes sense, right? If you're
Yeah.
working so hard to gather your crops, to grow your crops and everything, and then in the end, some mice come and then eat everything, and then you don't have
Yeah.
anything to feed your family, right? But like in places like Japan, for example, mice don't really like rice to eat. They like to eat wheat, right? And similar cultures to wheat, but they don't like to eat rice. So essentially in Japan, they just liked cats for cats, not because they were useful.
I mean, yeah, that's what
Yes,
we
and
want.
in
We all want.
yes, and in Middle Ages in Europe, cats were not liked at all. They were kind of like a witch familiar, and I don't remember, but I think there was some kind of a number of cats that were, thrown from, the roofs of the houses and everything, and burned to death just because they were thought to be as evil as women.
Oh, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
remember that's why the plague started. Isn't it because
Yeah.
they like got rid of cats, and then there were so many like mice and different rodents that were carrying around disease, and that's how the plague started.
It was but the fleas were
On the
they
mice.
came. Yeah, they came on the ships on the rats and mice.
Mm-hmm. That's not wasn't your
And
typical flea from a
Natasha,
cat.
your ears
yeah.
are down. I think you're
Oh,
getting
my ears.
upset. I think
No.
Are
you're
you
getting
Oh,
upset. Your
upset?
ears
damn.
are down.
No. My ears are not supposed to be down.
There you go, Perky. Back to Perky again. Oh, look what I got from Amazon.
What is this?
It's
Oh my
it's
God, it looks sexual. What is
No,
that?
it's not. Stop it. It's a thing for my phone. I'm gonna put my phone over here so I can like
Oh,
do
it's a
overhead.
holder.
Right? It looks very, very sexual.
Okay, whatever. I can do overhead, like I can record overhead, like when I'm like cooking or something. I can
Yeah.
record it on my phone, but because right now I can't record on top of what I'm doing. So anyway, yeah, I regret showing it to you now.
Oh, you cannot
Natasha
look
is
at
a
it any
spicy
other
girl
way.
today.
I
Yeah.
know, right? Like first she wants a husband, and she forgot to swim in Furvana Kupala. Now she
That
thinks
yes. Yeah, that's what
It's
silence
all
does to a
this
person.
stuffed boobs. It's they make me
that's
they
right. You
make me
start. You
wild.
started. You started the podcast with showing us your boobs. Okay.
They make me very
Natasha,
naughty.
Natasha, you're starting your way to a fire with me because you're behaving so bad.
I'm getting ready for Christmas. Are you very naughty or nice? No, no, Santa, Santa.
I
But
well, I don't know. I
okay,
think you're ready for Halloween too.
I
Halloween.
know.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna be fun this year
soft.
for you.
Okay, so sorry for interruption. We're going back to legends, and it's all your
Yeah.
fault, by the way. You showed that thing. It's not my fault.
No,
Don't
I
even.
have I have ADHD, okay? So I get distracted very easily. Yeah. Yeah, so we were so as you Julia was talking about it, right? In my head, here's what I was thinking. A lot of those holidays probably coincide in the northern and the southern hemisphere, not coincide at the same time, but in general, because the northern and the southern hemisphere, they get the same seasons, right? The summer, the spring, whatever,
Yes.
right? But what about the tropics, right? Because in the tropics and the subtropical area, there's not really like this cyclical, you know, way
Yeah,
of life
true.
to right to nature. It's more or less the same. It's not exactly the same obviously the whole year, but more or less it's the same. um so I'm
Yes, but
wondering.
I think that folklore of those regions are kind of different from ours. From like this differentiation is kind of you can see it. You can actually see it because of weather. Maybe I don't know. But as for as you were just saying, like in Australia, they don't have Samhain now. They are celebrating the spring equinox.
That's
I
right,
mean,
Oh
because
yeah,
they're,
they're
they're
returner,
yes,
they're around
yeah.
like opposite. Yeah.
so,
So
but
they have
then,
the
for
opposite.
example, if you're talking about like vampires, right? The most famous vampire from Transylvania, Romania, you know, et cetera, et cetera. There's many legends about that.
Dracula.
And then there are the like Southern American legends about an animal who drinks goat blood. Does
Goats again.
Chupacabra only drink goat blood, or they just drink any blood?
No,
I
I think
forget.
they only eat animals. But you know, vampires, as we know them, they started their they started to be known like they are only in 19th century.
Hmm.
It's
Mm,
a more it's a very new thing. We
mm.
had in Slavic, we had a lot of things like this. We had upir,
Upiri, that's
vurdalak.
right.
Yes, vurdalak.
So
I think
yeah, so
that
it is in a lot of cultures. Just
yeah,
just
it
different
is.
names, but same thing.
And
Okay.
also in Asian or Eastern, like in countries, they also had this kind of things, but they were demons that were trying to steal your blood, your breath, or whatever. If you remember, in Stephen King, I guess there was one of the short tales that he had about this girl that met a cat that tried to actually save her from little creatures, little demons that wanted to steal her breath while she was sleeping.
I don't think I read it.
But here's my take on it, right? I personally think vampires are super bad because they are wasteful. Because if you think about it, right, all animals, the animal nature is to kill when you want to eat and to eat as much of what you killed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that's the law of the nature. If like a cheetah is
No, the
hunting.
vampire wants to eat blood. He's
But that's what I'm
hungry.
saying. But okay, the vampire wants to eat blood, but he or she, whatever, leaves a whole bunch of other resources untouched. So I think that's what makes him bad. Not the fact that he wants to eat. Okay, everybody wants to eat, but it's the fact that he's wasteful.
Oh, interesting. You,
Well, think about it. Think about
very,
if a
And
cheetah
very
now
new way
eats
to look at
cheetah.
every
it.
romantic vampire out there is just so sad because why? I'm not killing anyone. I'm just drinking little blood here and there. Why don't you like me
Okay,
so
okay,
much?
here and there is fine, but if
It's
you're
your blood,
killing
not because
someone.
you're killing. That's fine. That's okay. Don't be wasteful. Eat the whole body or
No,
marinate
but
Yes.
think
some
about it.
parts.
But think
So-
about it. If a cheetah is running, and getting a lamb or whatever, right? They're whatever they eat, deer, right? They're eating almost everything out of that animal. They're eating the whole thing, and then what's left, like hyenas or whatever, can pick up and also eat, right? But whereas if a vampire, quote unquote, right? If they do exist, whatever, but they kill someone just to drink their blood. And okay, we all have like about 4 to 5 liters of blood in our body. What about the rest of the stuff?
Okay, so they have just changed their, the outcome. They have to drink the blood, then, cut the body in parts and sell it, or like,
But I
hand
think
it down to human
what I'm saying is that
animals.
he's wasteful. That's why he's bad. Because again, people can be mauled by wolves, by
I
bears, by
got you. I
whoever.
got you.
And but the main thing is that they're hungry and they want to eat and they try to eat as much of it as possible. But the vampires are especially bad because they're wasteful. That's my point of view. That's it.
Yeah, that's definitely a different point of view, but that's funny. But going back to legend, because I remember I know that Julia knows tons of them, and she was going to tell us about one of them in particular.
It's not a legend. It's something that actually happened. I guess that there was this the village that disappeared. It was
Entirely.
I think yes, entirely. I think it was some kind of a pilgrims or something. It is depending on the source of what you're saying. Do you believe actually that entire villages or towns can just disappear one day, and you will not find the way where people could go? Like there's no such
You can trace
there's
them.
no yeah, there's no evidence that people, just took their stuff and went somewhere. Do you believe that this is happening? And why do you think it might? Because there's a lot of people who actually disappear, like, couples or one person that goes somewhere and disappears. In St. Petersburg, we have couple of districts in our town that known for missing people.
What
One
about Mayan
person go.
culture? The whole Mayan culture, where did they go?
I don't think that Mayan culture.
Atlantis.
I think that's Atlantis. Yes, I think that Mayan culture. There was some debates and proofs that they didn't disappear. That they went somewhere. I don't remember actually.
Well, it's a lot of
But
Mayans when you go to Mexico and you talk to people and they're like, "Oh, I'm Mayan, my heritage. And I was a Mayan. I had Mayan grandpa." So I don't know, but yeah,
Well, the
that's a lot
Roanoke,
of
the
cities and
Roanoke,
villages.
the Roanoke village. You know where I remember it from? From a vampire movie.
I remember it from American Horror Story.
I remember from
oh
vampire movie
yes,
because they decided for some reason the American storytellers decided that they're just gonna chug it under the vampires, that the vampires did it, and that's why the whole village went missing because the vampires ate them.
Oh
well,
yeah,
it was
there's a lot of
115 people. It was 115 people that just disappeared. I think it was something like 16th century or something.
yeah
Maybe
So
they went to a parallel universe. That's what they did. They opened up
on
a portal.
aliens again.
They
Aliens.
opened up, or aliens, of course, they're always at fault. But maybe
Yeah.
they opened up
Blame
a portal
aliens.
unknowingly, and they opened it and they just went.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of stories about that's. It's one of the stories, but there's a lot of stories about the whole, little towns disappearing, people disappearing from little towns and villages over the centuries, and no one could really trace them back to anywhere. Talking about portals, talking about Halloween and all those stuff. So a lot of things happened in that particular period of time and day, and Svyatki in Slavic culture, and maybe something in Asian culture. Maybe you will tell us something, Nadia, also has like
Yo,
this
yo,
particular day.
you forgot I'm a fake Asian. You can't be asking me those things. I,
Hey, come on, you fake Asian. You
I only
still you
appear Asian, okay?
you should know some information. You have to. You have to.
Not really. I'm not that kind of Asian.
So, but people in this particular time, they also thought that they can foresee that could foresee future. Yeah.
Fortune telling?
Yeah, fortune tellers in Slavic cultures, you do mirrors, you do a lot of things to
Like that's,
see
but
who you're
that,
no,
gonna
no, no,
no,
no.
marry.
that's fortune telling.
You can do this in a lot of cultures, and there's a lot of stuff that can be done for to foresee the future, like scrying, like black mirrors and everything. So
On this
it's not just
particular
Slavic
day, this
cultures.
particular time.
No, it is throughout the year, but in the Samhain, if we're talking about mythological way of celebrating it, a folkloric way of celebrating it, yes, it is. The veil is thinning, and you can see more, you can hear more.
I remember that when we were kids, we were doing all kind of stupid stuff to try to see our husbands and everything, and we did cards. And I remember I knew nothing about cards, but I just pretended and I like made stuff up, and my friends like, oh my God, you can можешь гадать, you can tell fortune, please, there has to be word погадай for гадание.
It's a divination, yes. Well, the
Divination.
divination tools, yeah, the divination tools are, they're pretty much the same. I think uh in most of cultures, it's bones, it's wood, it is cards.
You're interested and you know this stuff. You can do tarot cards, no? You
Yes,
do
I
tarot
have tarot
cards.
cards. I like it. I like it for mostly for, like a piece of culture, a piece of arts, because nowadays we have a lot of very beautiful cards, and a lot of artists, they make their own. But I do have a deck specifically for Samhain. It is Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle. Look at this beauty.
Oh, pretty.
Yes, it is
Ooh.
very pretty. I can show you some of the cards. Um,
You
Look.
have a bunch of different
Yes.
ones, right? Different sets.
Yes, I have a lot of other cards. These are very beautiful. These cards are specifically for Samhain. Not for Samhain, but like they represent this time of year. They have a lot of
Ooh,
things correlating to witches and everything.
very
Yes, I love
pretty.
it very much. If you want, I can try and have a little fortune telling for each of you.
Yes, 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 yes.
Of
I want.
course.
I want.
Of
And
course.
Natasha,
Yeah.
please stop playing with your wig because it kind of looks like you're handling a human head. Don't do it.
Oh.
It's very spooky. Put it away.
There's a reason for it. Sorry, but I didn't know it was so high. Okay. Yes, Yulia, we're super excited. Do Nadia first. Do Nadia first.
This is not a tarot deck. It's an oracle, and just remember, it's just a little fun. Okay, so
Okay.
just think about something that you want to know, like something that needs an answer, and
Okay.
I will give you the card, and I will try to find tell something like for this. Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's try it. Let's try it. Okay. Oh, so we have this very interesting card. It's a third harvest. First of all, I think that third harvest, it is for, if you forgot something, if you thought that you don't have enough, there's always this time of a year when you can find it, when you can actually have something new, something that you really, really needed. You just have to find the right time for this. And in this particular deck, third harvest is, so we have, okay, so the keywords: gathering, abundance, and preparation. So I think that this card might also tell you to be prepared for something that you really, really want, for something that you kind of been waiting for a lot of time, and this particular time of the year when, all the summer prepared everything for you, and it is the abundance that coming your way. So I hope that, it helps you in some way. I don't know.
It does. I love it. Thank you.
That's
Exactly
actually
what I
works
needed to hear.
perfectly for your, for the new adventures you start. That's,
It does. It does
yeah.
work
Oh,
perfectly.
I don't
love
know
it.
anything about new adventures, but well,
Yeah,
I
she
hope that.
told like about her. She's going back to school. She wants to start, a lot of
Oh,
new stuff.
A lot of new stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going back to school. And I promised myself not to go back to school 7 years ago. And now I'm back to school. Because that is the only way that I know how to start something new, is to go and learn about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not one of
well,
those
it's a
persons who
great
can
thing.
just do something, and be successful with it. I'm the kind of person
Okay.
who needs to learn first and then do it. So yes, I'm going to learn for 18 months and then hopefully something comes out of it.
Okay, Natasha, do you want another one?
She changed her
Natasha?
hair. Of course she knows. Now she wants
Oh,
another one.
oh my
One second.
gosh. Are you a headless horseman? I don't. Oh my god.
Wait. I'm trying. I didn't know which one to choose.
She
So I
went from a
decided
sexy. She went from a sexy blonde to what is this? A witchy kashtan? What is that?
something witchy for sure. I didn't know what to choose. I'm like, let me change in the middle. But since you noticed it, that I was playing with that, so I'm like, let me do it now. And I was trying to do it quietly so I wouldn't interrupt you. Oops.
But you were handling the hair, and I saw the hair, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so spooky! Don't do that."
But we have a spooky podcast, so she can actually do that. It would be a very good thing.
I guess, but I don't know. Felt weird.
It would be very weird. She had a hat. Oops. No, not
Oops.
wasteful. Not wasteful. All
Wait a
parts of
minute.
it.
We have a hat changing. Okay.
Changing on the body. Okay, I think it's amazing. I think it's super cool what Nadia got. Now, dude, let's do me. Let's do me.
Okay. Yes, let's do you. Okay.
Prepare a question, Natasha.
So-
You're supposed to prepare a question.
You got the question? Okay. So let's start. Oh my gosh, you have this beautiful card. It's candle magic. So candle magic I mean, what do we know about candles? Candle is it is a manifestation of someone's will, of someone's desire. So it is a time to gather yourself together and make, the greatest impulse of something that you really, really want. You can make the simples, and it is a really good time for this to actually, come to life. And in this particular book, we have keywords for candle magic. Okay,
Natasha,
see?
you're
Yes, it
supposed
is.
to let the universe hear your
It
like
is.
the
Yes. Yeah.
impulse. You need to send it out there, Natasha.
Yes. It is intention and it
Singing.
is
I'm singing.
prayer. Yes. So your intention can be heard right now. So you can actually take the candle and light it and make a wish and just let this candle burn, and then perhaps this desire will come to your life. So
Yeah.
I think that you liked what I just told you.
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. And can you do it for yourself or not?
Well, okay. Well, I don't know what desire do I have. Okay. Let's just
You're
say
Julia, you're a woman. You always have desires. Come on, that's the definition of women. We always want
I
something.
can't I can't
That's another
pick.
bad thing about us.
Yes, but I
They
can't
always want
pick
something.
like something that I really need to know right now. I have ritual. This card
Mm.
is also, like this. Yeah, it is a circle. It is a circle of will. Ritual is also one of the highest, times of human will. It is a time to gather my thoughts together. It is the time to actually find the meaning of what I really want, because I just told you that I don't know what I want. It is time to
Mm-hmm.
actually find something that I can concentrate on, and only then this thing will happen. I can tell you this little story. Today it was one of the funniest day like ever. I actually had all the accidents I could, coffee spilling, everything, just, going out of my hands. I couldn't understand what's going on with myself. Like, what's happening? Why am I losing everything? Why am I forgetting everything? Why, I was I turn on the light and I go somewhere, and after only 2 hours I'm remembering that I turned the light on, and something like this. And maybe this is a good card for me to just to tell me that I need to concentrate on what I do. I need to concentrate on what I want, and I need to concentrate on this, not just, do 10 things at the same time and doing nothing in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that
That's a good one.
you just described my life though. That's what I do on a daily basis. I do 10 things at a time. All the time. At least that's what it feels like. But I kind of started to embrace it. I was like, it's okay. That's what my life is. I'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Do you have your
I,
favorite books? Do you have your favorite books or movies that you always like watch or read during this time of the year?
I like Harry Potter.
Oh, it's a
look,
Christmas
look,
movie
look,
for me.
look.
I love it.
It's a Harry Potter cup.
I love it.
Yeah. Um, I don't, but the girls do, and they have a Halloween. They watch Halloween Town, they watch Harry Potter, and all those stuff.
Halloween
So I
Town,
just
yeah.
watch with them. Yeah.
One of
Well,
my favorite movies for the Halloween, it is Hocus Pocus. The first one, of course. The second one is
oh, yeah,
unwatchable for
yeah.
me.
Me.
I also love to watch Practical Magic and
Mm-hmm.
Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp. Oh, and also I really like to watch this movie called Witchcraft. If you remember, I think it was from the 90s or something like this, and it came out in the middle of this, like witch phobia, witch mania that was going on, like in America. And this movie was made really interesting because it had a consultant that actually gave some of the real rituals that witches or wizards, whatever, that they used in their daily practices.
Wow.
Hmm.
I would be so spooked. I would be so scared if I was like working on a set like that because
Oh,
like you never know.
Yeah.
well,
That's
we have some of the cursed movies. If you remember, it is Poltergeist, It's
Yeah,
Exorcist and some of the other movies that people say that they were actually cursed.
For making.
yeah. For making,
Yeah, yeah, for
Ooh.
making,
for
for the themes
making.
that they were having, and for some of the props that would they have on set, something like this. Yeah,
Yeah, like we're going to talk about it in the future, but also because it's about cults. Remember that movie Omen and
yeah.
Omen, yeah, and
Omen.
no. What am I talking about? No, Rosemary's Baby, Rosemary's
Oh yes.
Baby, and that was a whole Mason, cult, all of that. That people were also talking that it was cursed, but it wasn't. It's just crazy people. Like, do you believe in like modern day witches? Do they exist? And what they do, like how do they present themselves, how do they do they make money, do they work maybe in politics?
I mean, do they exist? Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have earn money, a lot of money for what they do? Yes. Do they have results? It's the whole different question. And there's a lot of people who would you know just say that they can do everything and take your money and scare you, and then it's going to be just a poof, nothing. So they do exist, but how successful they are, it's a good question. What about you?
I believe that I think we all can in some way influence other people, right? And then
Yeah.
what's witchcraft? Witchcraft is when you can use certain powers that you have or might not have, and you use them to either convince someone of something or make something happen or attract something, right, to for yourself and or others. And we really do, we have a lot of energy in us, and it's just that some people can channel it a certain way and some people cannot. Plus, also,
Yes,
if
that's
you're talking about like cursing people or even foreseeing future or even like decoding like dreams or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Each and every one of us can probably do that, but then also we're also limited to what we have seen and can understand. It's not
yes,
like
it
we
is very
can,
it is
it's
very
not like we
dependent on
can,
how
right?
sensitive we are. Yeah.
Not only sensitive, but also how well you can interpret what you've sensed.
And that,
because
yes, of
Mm-hmm.
because
course.
everything that we interpret based on our internal knowledge, understanding, and experiences. So if we don't have enough knowledge, experiences, and understanding, it's hard for us to explain things that we see. Remember, even Vanga, remember the she was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
blind and she was predicting,
Bulgarian. Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yes.
certain things that she was saying at the time didn't make any sense because nobody could understand what she's saying. She probably herself didn't understand what she was saying. Plus, because she was not a very educated person, I think she only went as far as like two classes of education, like the first two grades of education. So essentially, she couldn't have properly expressed and interpreted certain things that she was seeing. If maybe she was better read, better educated, seen more, experienced more things, she probably would have given us more precise predictions, even though
Mm-hmm.
her
Yes,
predictions are very precise.
I do believe in these things, and I do believe that a lot of us can actually channel and gather enough energy to manifest something, because it is something more spiritual maybe, but it is possible. What I don't believe in, when I was answering Natasha's question about witches, that their promises are really obnoxious sometimes. I can make your boobs get bigger. I can make you appear younger. I can do this. I can do that. I can make your husband stop cheating on you, and he will come back to you. And I was actually saying about this thing kind of things, because those types of witches, or people who call themselves witches, wizards, warlocks, whatever, they are they watch too much Disney, I guess.
Or
That
not
was an
not
expected turn.
or not only that they watch too much Disney, it's probably they get overconfident in their abilities, and they themselves truly believe that they can do it, right? Because they're marketing it, and they're so full of themselves that they think they do. But And definitely they can hurt someone, because there are people who blindly believe, right, and who will give you all the money that they have
Yeah.
just to make their wish come true.
We're talking about Vanga, then there's Nostradamus, or Nostradamus, and who predicted in Mayas, obviously culture, the Mayas predicted future. But now also very famous people, it's mediums, right? Who presumably speaking to spirits, to dead people. Do you think that is true? Can we speak to spirits?
I think that there are people who can do it. Yeah, I think that there are people who can do it, but those people who we see on the TV, 99.9% of those are just, they con artists. From my perspective, those people they're not real. But there are, of course, people who can actually sense other beings, like spirits and souls and everything. I think it is entirely possible.
I am very happy that I do not have any of those abilities, because if I did, I would go crazy. So thank you very much. No, but no,
I
thank you.
see that people. I believe that guy. Well, kind of. I'm on age, but I don't know if you watched any. I don't know if it's they show it in Russia. Tyler Henry. He also tours around USA. He had his reality show. He read celebrities, talked to their dead relatives. He's this very young guy. Now he's probably maybe 25. When he started, he was about like 18. Super cute and like very innocent looking, and he read celebrities, and it was so fascinating to watch, because presumably he would go to the house of people who he didn't know where he was going, so he couldn't get information about the person. Sometimes he didn't even recognize the person who he read
How would
for.
how would you know that he didn't know where he was going?
I don't, but that's why I say presumably.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't remember about this person that you were just talking about, but we have this TLC channel, and they
Oh,
have
you have
this
TLC. Okay.
program. Yeah, they have this program, Long Island Medium. We have this program here in Russia.
Битва экстрасенсов.
Битва экстрасенсов.
I watched the first couple of
mediums.
seasons. Oh my god, that was like one
Five
of my
of the
favorite
mediums,
things.
right?
First
Something
couple
like that.
of seasons, yes. First couple of seasons, they were actually really interesting. They were exciting, but then everything, it started to be just
really
circus.
bad manufactured show. That's what it became.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
now I've seen a very short clip of one of the last ones, where they have those quote unquote witches and warlocks as like celebrity experts, and
Oh yeah.
and you could see how they have changed, right, throughout the years. I've seen them like in that first couple of seasons, and they're all looking like literally like celebrities, right? They had like, I don't know, like face done, like something, and
Yeah.
they dress a certain way, and you know that the dress has been made by like a stylist person, right, who's working on them. It's not like their original like style, like they
Yeah.
came for the
Yeah.
first time. So yeah, it just becomes like this very poorly, played,
Coordinated. Yeah.
very poorly coordinated
Yeah.
type of thing.
They're just in actors now. I know that a lot of people believe in all of this thing, and they actually
Yeah.
try to find help in those people, and this is what kind of scares me a little bit. This witch culture, trending so much.
Remember Chumak? I just remember that
Oh,
talking about
yeah,
people believing when people were holding like water or their urine in
Water.
front of TV for them
To
for him to
charge it.
energize
Remember,
it.
it was called charging.
Charging.
Yeah, but
Charge
it
the
was
water, or you had to charge whatever.
there was how many? There was 3 of them, right? It was Chumak, Kashpirovsky.
Kashpirovsky
And-
was the biggest one.
Yes, and the third one, it was Grabavoy, по-моему.
Yeah, I don't know the third one.
I think
know
it was
these two.
Grabavoy. I think one of them tried to resurrect a human being
Oh my
on the
God.
national TV. On the national TV.
Oh my God.
I will
Went
Google
that
who
far.
was that.
How did that work out? I wonder.
Well,
Without
it
a Google,
didn't.
I don't think it's worked out. Or if it did, that's where it started going down. Okay, I'm not talking about it. That's not a good thing to do.
But you know what I'm saying? Those people are absolute business geniuses. You got to give it to them. Even back
Oh
in the
yeah,
day, without no internet, no social media, no nothing, they were able to spread the word so fast about what they can and cannot do,
Yes, it
right?
was, but they
but so
had
we
TV.
also
They
had
had TV.
one TV channel. Like we had nothing to watch.
They had TV and a whole bunch of people that actually desperately need to believe in something. So
Yeah,
the one who
yeah.
was trying to resurrect the people, that was Grabovoy. Yes, there was a
Mm.
big scandal.
Yeah, he has a very suiting last name.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
suitable. Yeah, for
just for this
sure.
particular, yeah, for this
Grabovoi,
particular
it's
action.
Grabovoi, which means coffin. The last name is coffin, basically.
Do you remember how many people were, like, stadiums of people, whole, I don't know, thousands of people were coming to those live shows, and they
Yeah,
were fainting, they were saying a lot of things that they happened during those seances. It was really bizarre.
yeah. That's talking about our future cults and how people can actually
Oh yeah.
trust, believe, and in these things. Let them other people control them like this. That's crazy. Huh?
So the podcast today was supposed to be about creatures that are not of this world. It was supposed to be about the werewolves and the vampires and the demons and everything. Instead, we delved into cultures, into rituals, into tarot cards, into film industry and show industry. Nonetheless, I think it was fun times. I think it was great conversation. And if you guys agree, please comment below and subscribe to our channel and listen to more banter by us, Queens with Accents.
Yeah, well, we'll have another time to talk about vampires and other creatures. We'll give it a separate podcast then. We'll have another Halloween in a week. So, and yeah, guys, we're gonna see you next time. Julia, final
Yes,
words.
it was really nice chatting with you, and if you believe in ghosts, witches, werewolves, vampires, welcome to our next podcast, and see you later.
Bye
Bye.
bye.